Man, YouTube makes it hard to figure this out. Hey, players, welcome to another live stream here on my channel. This is a redo, so I'm going to try my best to restart this thing. We're going to be talking about 3 reasons why your crush doesn't like you yet. Now, when I say they don't like you yet, that means that there are different things that you can do to kind of win your crush over, to break out of your nervousness and start displaying your confidence in a way that your crush will actually want to get to know you better and will actually start to like you. So I'm going to let a few people roll in. I think we got people back on here. Let me just get the chat set up. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I know the stream is laggy. I don't know why. I am going to just try to roll with it. I'm going to answer your guys' questions. The video replay will be up after anyway, so you can check that out. So let's jump back in here. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up on this, it'll mean a lot to me because this is going so crazy. So I apologize for the lag and all. But anyway, shout outs back to the people that are back in here. Cheesy Boy, Victorio, Taro, Grayson, Riley, Daddy, Stuart, Cool Cat Guy, Clay Play, Soda Pop, Ben Stafford, Pixel J, Atlanta Boy. Thank you guys for being in here. I know it's still lagging, but I'm going to try to power through it, at least until I can figure this issue out, which I'll do after this live stream. Anyway, so like I said, the very first point I wanted to make, the first reason why your crush doesn't like you yet is because, you're holding yourself back from making an effort to talk to them. You're waiting, and waiting is not a good strategy. A lot of people kind of wait for the right opportunity, wait for the right moment to do something, to talk to their crush, to act on it. But I think if you're sitting there waiting, it's time that you're giving your crush to talk to other people, to get to know other people, to already form an opinion about you that you're not going to pursue them and you're not going to talk to them. That's the main issue, I would say, with your crush kind of passing by you in the hallways or sitting near you in class and you not acting on it. Waiting is the thing that's going to hold you back, and it's going to prevent you from actually developing any kind of deeper connection with your crush. Now, I'm going to jump in and answer some of you guys' questions here because I saw there was a lot of questions coming in. Let's see. Clay Play says, hey, Josh, should I ask her tomorrow? I know her and I'm friends with her friends. Okay, so Clay Play is basically saying, should I ask her tomorrow? Clay Play, the way I see it is like this. If you're friends with her friends, you guys are connected in any kind of way, then yeah, I think you should totally go for it. I think that the thing that might be holding you back is the fear of like, is it going to make things awkward? Is she going to like me? Is she not going to like me? But if you're focused more on just the idea of getting to know her better, spending time with her one-on-one, seeing if you guys connect, then I think that she's going to be open to that too. So if you're afraid that the friends are going to get involved in stuff, if the friends already like you, then you've already won them over. You've done that hard part, and you kind of have them on your side so you can actually move forward and develop something with them. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. Let's see. Grayson says, hey Josh, so there's this girl that I texted and I told her that I liked her, but she said she didn't like me like that. Do I still have a chance? That's a good question, Grayson. So if you texted this girl that you liked her and she told you that she doesn't like you back, I think that for now, the best thing to realize is that it's probably not going to go anywhere with her, right? If she said outright that she doesn't like you, then she doesn't really have those same feelings for you. She doesn't think the way about you that you think about her. And I think that instead of focusing your time and attention so much on her and trying to get closer to her and get to know her better, I think your time will be way better spent really just pursuing other people, moving on from her. I think that I know you like her and I know you want to be with her, but if she told you she doesn't like you, then you have to kind of accept that at some point. You might be thinking, well, is there a way I can change her mind? Is there a way I can win her over? And look, that is possible, but I don't think that's something that can happen in the next week or month or maybe even year. It takes time for people to change their perspective of you. And that change will only happen once you start to move on and develop in your own way to the point where the next time you guys kind of meet up or talk, they can now say, wow, this person's kind of different. There's something new about him that I never noticed before. Jalen says, hey Josh, what do I do? My crush has a boyfriend and I really like her. What do? I see her tomorrow. Should I talk to her when her boyfriend is not around? That's a good question, Jalen. So your crush has a boyfriend. What do you do in those situations? Do you pursue that crush? Do you talk to her when the boyfriend isn't around? I think that first and foremost, I'm a big believer in being respectful of other people's relationships. So if your crush, if this is the person you absolutely love, you still should be respectful of her relationship, and you still should accept the fact that she's with someone, and it's not cool to step on people's toes and to try to interfere in their relationships. I think the moment you start focusing too much on interfering in someone else's relationship, you stop focusing on your own growth. You start to become a little too obsessed with winning that person over, of wanting to be with them, that you're not allowing yourself to pursue other people, to develop things on your own, to get to know other people in any kind of way. So I think that if you like this girl and she has a boyfriend, it's okay to be friends. It's okay to talk to her, but you have to kind of mentally prepare yourself to move away from that, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're flirting with her and then the boyfriend gets upset with you and it causes all this drama. It's best to avoid that and to focus on people that are single. Daddy5 says, hey Josh, me and my ex have not talked in a year until last Saturday. We were at a party, both of us were kind of drunk, but I realized that I still have feelings for her. What should I do? So Daddy, you still have feelings for your crush. Yeah, you both got a little drunk and stuff, and those feelings came back up. Well, if that's the case, I think that you have to ask yourself this. Why did you guys break up in the first place? A lot of times when people want to get back with their exes, it's because old feelings resurface and they think about the good times that you shared. But it's important to also think about why the two of you broke up. I think that's a more important indicator of where things would go, because if you broke up because you got bored of the relationship, or someone cheated on someone else, or they just didn't connect with you, that's ultimately what you need to kind of remember and focus on, because that's the piece that needs to be rebuilt and fixed. Yeah, you may have good memories in them, but the good memories are not going to be the ones that are going to resurface if you were to get back with them. You need to think about, well, why did we break up? And we broke up because of this reason, and is that going to happen again? So ask yourself those deeper questions, and if you feel like, you know what, I've changed as a person, I feel like she's changed as a person, I think we can make something work here, then by all means, go for it. I think that that's absolutely the right move if you feel like that's what you want to do. I am Neo. I was going to say EM. I am Neo says, it's okay. Is it okay to tell her you like her over text? All right. I am Neo. Here's my honest advice. I don't think you should be telling your crush that you like them over text. I don't think it's a good move. And here's why. Some people would disagree, and some people might say, well, I told my crush I like him over text and it worked out fine. But I think the problem with telling you like someone over text is that you're only able to read half of the equation. You're not able to see their body language. You're not able to kind of say it in a voice and in a way that you kind of want to display it. Plus, telling someone that you like them should only come about well after the two of you have spent time together, you've hung out one-on-one, you've gotten to know them better. If you're at the beginning stage with that crush, you're at the beginning stage where you're just getting to know them. You're trying to see where things can go. If you're there, you're not at the place where the two of you are super close, but you're at the beginning stage where you're just getting to know them, then I don't think it makes sense to tell them how you feel. Instead, you need to show them how you feel. By showing them how you feel, that means flirting with them. That means asking them to hang out one-on-one. That means learning more about them, their story, what they like to do for fun. All these different elements are going to help you kind of build a better profile of that person. And once you feel like the two of you really connect, that's when I think you can lean into telling them how you feel. I ate oatmeal before, so I keep burping. But I think that that's kind of the focus you want to take here. I know that it may feel like you want to get this big burden off of your chest and just tell them, but I think the first and foremost, before you tell them anything, you need to ask yourself, if I were to just say how I felt, what would that lead to? Is it going to lead to them just confessing their feelings too? Or is it going to probably make the situation awkward because you don't know them that well? You need to take that into account. I'm going to jump and see what some more you guys are saying. Hamish, thank you again. Hamish, I truly appreciate it. The £5 super chat. Hamish said, Josh, what are the best chat up lines for someone like me who has never had a girlfriend? That's a good question, Hamish. And I think that I want to jump in. I want to ask you guys a question. We're going to do a quick chat poll here. I want to get yeses and nos here in the chat. I want everyone that's watching right now to respond. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Meaning, have you ever had a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever you may consider that to be? Have you ever been in a relationship before? Yes or no? Hamish would say no, and I think a lot of you guys may be struggling too to be in your first relationship, and that's okay. Some of you may have dated, some of you may have not. I'm curious to know where you guys stand. But I want to answer sip emoji. Just so you guys know, we have a Josh drinking water emoji in our Discord. Anyway, so best chat up lines for someone like who's never had a girlfriend. Hamish, I think that I'll tell you a few. I'm seeing a lot of no's here, so there's been a lot of people here that haven't been. Dono has, Elite has, South has. I'm seeing a lot of no's. Giselle has said no. Shadow, no. I'm seeing Football Forever says yes. I want to be in one. Anthony says yes. I've been in one for 4 months. I'm so proud of you, Anthony. Hamish says no, but would love to be in one. Yeah. So let me get back to so. I think some good lines, things that you can say to someone is this. Whenever you open up a conversation with someone, right, wherever you are, it's important to take the context of where you are into account. So here's an example of that. Let's say you see someone at the store, right? Someone's at the store and you're casually shopping and they're casually shopping, right? You want to remember that if you're going to start a conversation with them, doing it in the context of the fact that you're in the store is going to make an important difference in whether or not they respond to you kindly. So if you're walking down the aisle and you see a girl, you're like, wow, that girl's cute, I want to talk to her. You may want to kind of like look at the items near her and then turn to her and say, hey, I've never bought any of these flowers before. What do you think is a good flower to bake with? Or, depending on where you are in the store, like, hey, what's a good fruit that tastes like, what fruits do you think are in season right now? And you might want to ask a girl that question that's related to what you're doing. Another situation might be that you're in class or you're in school, right? And there's a girl sitting in your class. Well, take the context of where you are. You're in school, you're in class, into context. So if you're going to talk to her in school, you might want to say something like, hey, listen, I forgot what the teacher said the homework was. Do you remember what it was? Or, hey, listen, I'm trying to form a study group of people. Let me get your Instagram. Let me get your number. Let me get your Snapchat. And I'll invite you to the study group so we can all kind of succeed in this class together. That's another place too. I think that when it comes to what to say, it isn't so much what you say in that initial message. People focus too much on like, what exactly am I going to say? A lot of times you just need something to break the ice. And I think using an opener that is related to where you are and what's going on is going to help you break that ice. And then once you do that, you can always, segue into like, but anyway, so who are you? Where are you from? Tell me a little bit more about yourself. So if you start talking to them about school, you might afterwards say, so tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you like to do for fun? And now you've directed the conversation into learning about them. So I think that you want to break the ice with something that's related to what's going on. And then you can always shift into asking them a question. Tell me more about yourself. Let me learn a little bit more about you. That's the direction I would always say, Hamish. That's what I would focus on doing. Thank you so much again for the £5 super chat. Look through, see what you guys are saying here. Taro Pie says, Josh, did I mess up? I confessed my feelings to my crush who already has a boyfriend. Then I told her that it's better if we don't communicate as much as we do because I respect her relationship. Taro, I think that it's a tough call, but that's probably the best thing to do, right? If the girl is in a relationship already, then it's not going to go anywhere, right? If she likes her boyfriend, it's like you're not going to convince her to just drop him out of the blue. If she likes him. Now, I think the best thing you did in this situation was to let her know straight up, listen, I can't really interact with you. Because I think you're being honest with yourself there. If you feel like you can't pretend to be friends because you do like her and you don't want to be in that friend-zoned role, then yeah, I think telling her, listen, I can't really talk to you as much. I like you and it's not going to work, is the honest thing to do, because you're allowing yourself that peace of mind to move away and you're being honest with her. You're not stringing her along, letting her think that you're just a friend when in reality you're not. Let's see, looking through some more of the things you guys are saying here. I'll jump into the second point here because I think all these points kind of tie in together. And when we talk about the reasons why your crush doesn't like you yet, right? I think another important thing we need to think about is that a lot of times the reason why your crush may not like you right now is simply because you haven't given them a real reason to like you. You haven't really talked about your personality. You haven't joked with them. You haven't shared enough with them. A lot of times people want their crush to like them on the simple basis of, well, just like me because you like me, because you think I'm attractive, and that's it. But it needs to go deeper than that. It needs to go deeper to the point where you've told them a little bit about your life. You told them what your hobbies are. You've shared a story with them that they can relate to or that they think is funny. I think that for myself growing up, I wasn't always the best at talking to girls. I would get nervous. I would overthink things. But one thing I feel like I always was good at was telling stories, talking about funny experiences between me and my friends. Oh, this crazy thing happened to me. Oh my God, you won't believe what happened last week or last year or something like that. Sharing stories and kind of telling funny scenarios to people is what always kind of made them interested in spending time around me, because they wanted to learn more. What else was they going to say? What else was they going to share? You don't ever want to get to a point where you are their dancing monkey, just doing things for them to laugh. But the more you share with people, the more honest you are with them, the easier it's going to be for them to find you relatable, to find you to be someone that they want to talk to and get to know better. Let's see. ZNWLF says, Josh, I think I might have waited too long to talk to my crush. She gave me hella chances and I blew it. What should I do? ZN Wolf, I think that if you've taken a little too long, to talk to your crush and you feel like you missed that opportunity, I've been in that position before. I know what that's like. I think the best thing for you to do is to kind of focus on other people, to move on, right? People, I think, glamorize that single crush that they have way too much. They put so much stock and effort and time into those feelings for that one person that they forget about everyone else around them. Hamish, thank you for being safe. Thank you for pulling over. I wouldn't want you driving and being on the stream. Commander Ill says, can I have a shout out, please? This is your shout out, man. This stream is all over the place today. I feel so disoriented in talking simply because it's like I had a plan and it kind of got all messed up, but we're here, we're now, and we're here in the now. Anyway, let's keep moving, guys. I want to answer some more of you guys' questions. I'm still going to run the stream till 6 o'clock and then jump on the Instagram after party because I'm doing a Patreon call right after that. So, I got to keep things consistent here and on schedule. But let's jump and answer some more of you guys' questions here. Pokemon Go. I love Pokemon Go. If you guys are on Pokemon Go, you should definitely add me on there. Hey Josh, so I have this crush in my class in the next desk. How can I approach her and know her better? Yeah, Pokemon Go. So this is kind of what I was talking about before. It's like if you're in a situation where someone's near you and you want to talk to them and get to know them better, take the fact that you're in class with them as the opener, right? You can always just ask them about the class, ask them about other classes they're taking. Ask them that, hey, listen, I want to form a study group with people, or like, hey, what's your favorite subject in school? I think you have to kind of just recognize that it's not until you start, it's not until you do it, it's not until you put yourself out there that you're never going to know what the response is going to be. And this goes back to my first point, why your crush doesn't like you yet, because you're spending a lot of time waiting. You're waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the right thing to say. There is no right moment. There is no right opportunity, and there is no right thing to say. There's only stuff that you can kind of put out into the world and see where it goes. Sure, you can try to practice it and you can do it enough times to kind of feel confident enough in it, but there's no guarantee anything is going to work. And that's why it's important for you to just try, to be okay with whatever comes about. If you try and it doesn't work, if you try talking to the girl in your class and she just kind of like shrugs it off and like ignores you, okay, well, you learned from that experience. You shouldn't spend your time and you shouldn't spend your life beating yourself up because you didn't do things right. I know we've all been there before. In fact, let's do a chat poll here. I want to get your guys yes and no answers. I want every single person watching to answer in the chat. Have you ever beat yourself up because you didn't handle a situation with someone you liked correctly? I'll put those in quotes. I know I've done it. I've beat myself up so many times for things I've messed up where, I should have said that to the girl, or I should have asked her that, or I should have been more confident. I beat myself up so many times about that, and I'm sure you guys have too. It's something we all do. It's a normal reaction to have because no one ever wants to feel like they messed up. But we have to recognize that the reality is we will mess up. We will get things wrong. We will get nervous sometimes. Sometimes our fear is going to get the best of us. But it's important to look back at those situations and to see what we can learn from them, what we can do different next time around. I asked you guys if you ever feel like you've beaten yourself up because you messed something up with your crush. Let's see what you guys said. Ty Beb says all the time. Stuart says yes. Anthony says yes. Elena Boy, yes. Tobaloba says, yes. Red Lightning says, I want to die. Arby, I hear where you're coming from, man. I know that you've run into situations that, like things with your crushes haven't always worked out. Verbal says, hey, Josh, I just got home, missed most of the live stream. No problem. There wasn't much of the live stream to miss. I pretty much started it 20 minutes ago, the redo of the live stream. My username in Pokemon Go, I'm going to pull up my my code here, guys, so you guys can see if you want to add me on there. But yeah, I mean, look, we've all done it. We've all beaten ourselves up over not doing something that we wanted to do with our crush, not talking to them, not approaching them. And I think that first and foremost, you should always aim to push yourself to do it, right? Like, hey, listen, my crush is there, count down to 3 and just say hi. Like, take that initial step, go for it. But look, if you freeze up, if it just gets, how do I get my code? Add friend. If you freeze up, if you get nervous and you mess it up, that's okay too. Life is all about small steps. It's all about learning from your experiences. Anyone who wants to add me on Pokemon Go, I don't know if it's blurry or not. Maybe there. Can read it better. That's my code. Add me on there, guys. That's the key point. The key takeaway here really is that it's that, your crush is not going to like you until you give them a real reason to like you. Meaning you need to share a little bit more about yourself. You need to talk to them. You need to get to know them better. And they need to get to know you better too. But in order to make that happen, you have to kind of be in a situation where you can converse with them. It's not going to happen on wishing and hoping and waiting. Let's see what some of you guys are saying here. Dark Tar says, also, any tips for maintaining a long-distance relationship? Yeah, look, when it comes to long-distance relationships, they can be very tricky. They can also be very difficult. I think that there's 2 types of long-distance relationships, and I've shared this in the past. Number one, the first type of long-distance relationship is that the two of you are dating, and one of you has to move away for school, or one of you has to move away for work, and it becomes a long-distance relationship. And then the second one is you meet someone online that's already far away from you, and you get into a relationship with them. That's the second type of long-distance relationship. So, thank you for sharing that, Dono. I could have just typed it. I probably should have just typed it, but thank you for typing it out for me, man. So to the first long distance relationship, I think that if you're in that type of situation where you guys were dating and now you're long distance, the key to maintaining that relationship is to try to build consistency, meaning, hey, let's try to talk to each other once every single day. It could be a 5-minute call, it could be an hour call, but let's just try to make some time for each other every single day. Have that consistency. But along with the consistency, the second piece is you need to also kind of let them fly, let them go a little bit, right? Now, one of the challenges a lot of people run into when it comes to long distance relationships is that they want to clamp down on that person. They don't want that person spending a lot of time with other people. They don't want that person, doing other things. Like, they want to monopolize that person's time. Like, are you thinking about me? Are you talking to me? Are you around me? And it's important to give them space to kind of explore life on their own as well, because each of us have to be the arbiters of our own time and our own energy. And it's like, sometimes you may not feel like you want to have an hour-long conversation with someone. So you might only want to have a few-minute conversation with someone. Or sometimes you might not feel like talking to them that day. And you need to be able to go with the flow of it. So you need consistency, but you also need that flexibility in order to make that relationship work. I'm going to jump back in and answer some more questions here. But the third point I wanted to share here, the third reason why your crush doesn't like you guys, is that I believe that you might be making yourself too available to them. Now, what does that mean? Let me kind of break that down a little bit. When I say you're making yourself too available to your crush, ultimately what I'm talking about is this, that your crush is the only person that you're pursuing, the only person you're thinking about, the only person that you like. And your crush doesn't see you interacting with other people, doesn't see you socializing and making other friends, talking to other girls, flirting with other people. Your crush doesn't see that. Your crush only knows of you as the person who wants to be with them, and that's all your focus is. And when you have such a singular focus on one person like that, you are actually going to hurt your chances, because one, you're not allowing yourself to experience and learn and to try. And two, sometimes when you become so focused on one person, you start to accept bad behaviors from them just because you want to be with them. So for example, let's say your crush decides, hey, you know what? Like, let's hang out one day. You guys hang out, and then the next day they ignore you, and then the next day they ignore you, and the next day like they talk to you a little bit. Like you're hanging on the whim of them giving you attention, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, why did they give me attention on this one day, but now they're not, and now they're controlling your headspace. You're no longer in control. They're the one who's kind of dictating how you act, how you react, what you do, what you talk about. So you don't want to give someone that control, and the best way to do that is to not only just pursue one person. You're making yourself too available for them. You need to kind of focus on lots of different people. Even if you really, really like one person right now, you should still be talking to other people in your class, trying to make more friends, getting to know other people. That's going to help you practice more. So I want to ask you guys, we'll do another chat poll question here. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Every single person in the chat, all 54 of you watching right now, I want to know, are you pursuing just one crush right now? Or are there multiple people that you like that you're trying to talk to and get to know better? Are you pursuing one person or multiple? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the chat. I remember back when I was in high school and back even when I was in college, like I'd become so fixated on just one person, and then that's it. My life would be dictated by that. Dictated by, oh, well, they're here in class today. Oh, they're not in class. What are they doing? Oh, they're talking to some guy. I'm jealous. Oh, they're ignoring me. Like I became so focused on one person that I didn't realize, you know what? They're just one person. If I diversify who I talk to, if I get to know more people, then I'm not going to be as obsessed and I'm not going to be as worried if that one doesn't work out. So I asked you guys, are you pursuing multiple people or just talking to multiple people in a way? T.Y. Beb says, sadly, just one. Tom says, yes. Grayson says one. Clay says no. Oh, it jumped. Chat jumped here. Yep, one person. Clay says 3. Kajanan says 1. Dark says, I hate to say this, but 1. Giselle says 1. It was multiple, but is 1 for now. 1 to 2. No, I have 3, but there's one I really, really like. Hamish says, I can't say I'm still lonely looking for love. I hear you on that. Look, and I'm not trying to shame or make you feel bad for only liking one person, guys, because I think that it's like sometimes there may just be only one person that you have feelings for. There's no one else that you really have feelings for. But I think that it's important to not only spend your time pursuing someone that you have deep feelings for, because let's say there's another girl in your class or another guy that you want to get to know better. It's someone else that you want to talk to that you're like, oh, they're a fun person. I don't really like them, but they're a fun person. They are someone you should get to know just as much as you trying to pursue your crush, because by diversifying your time, you're now gaining the experience of having more conversations, of hanging out with more people, of learning just about different people. That way, it's like you're strengthening yourself so that if you do pursue that one crush, you now have experience in talking to other people, of joking with them, of making them laugh. And that's going to really be the thing that's going to take you far. It's going to help you succeed in that kind of way. Now, those are the 3 points, guys. I know the stream was a bit messy here, but I just wanted to kind of cover those 3 points. I want to answer a few more questions here, and then we're going to do the meditation sound of the bell. But so if you have a burning question, something you need my advice on, guys, the super chat function is the best way to do that. Hit the little $ next to where you guys are chatting, and I'll stop what I'm doing and answer your question. See what some more of you guys are saying here. I see people talking about shyness. Elite Vision says, so I recently got into my first relationship. She made it clear that she likes me. I don't know why, but I'm still nervous about talking to her because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Elite, I hear you on that. Getting into your first relationship can be kind of scary. Just because you're dating someone doesn't mean that you're totally comfortable around them. I can totally relate. My very first girlfriend in high school, it's like I somehow had the courage to ask her out, but for some weird reason, I was still super nervous around her. And I remember one time we were hanging out alone, and I was just terrified. I'm like, do I make a move? Do I put my hand on hers? Do I kiss her? I don't know what to do. So it's totally normal to feel nervous. I think that if you really do like this girl, Elite Vision, and you want to get to know her better, learn more about her. Come up with things that you guys can do together that are experiences that, like when you share an experience with someone, you feel closer to them. So an experience could be something as simple as, hey, let's go to the movies together. Hey, let's go to the park. Hey, let's go, let's go watch a Christmas tree lighting or something. Or like, hey, let's hang out after school and get food, get something to eat. Having these little experiences with them is going to allow you to feel more comfortable, open up to her. Yes, it may take time to have a natural flow of conversation, but having experiences is going to be the best way to do that. Another good way to do that is to talk to her, learn more about her. I've shared it in the past, but I'll share it again. I put together my 20 icebreaker conversation starters, and that's a guide of 20 questions you can use to learn more about someone else. I'm gonna link it up over here. If someone can write it in the chat, it's just thejoshspeaks.com/ice-breakers. That I think is going to be a super helpful resource for you when it comes to getting to know her better and learning more about her. Let's see. Gotten Black says, "Hey Josh, I have autism and carry these big headphones around, and I feel embarrassed and feel scared to text, snap, or help." So Gotten, I hear where you're coming from on that. Just so you know, people carry headphones everywhere. I see people with headphones all the time. Headphones are so normal now. Everyone wears them all the time. I don't want you to feel weird or bad because you have them. One thing we have to remember, guys, is that we all have different experiences in this world. You know, we all see the world through a different lens, and we all have our own unique journeys through it. And yet, for some reason, we're all so similar, right? We all want to be cared for. We all want to have our voice heard. We all want to know that there are people out there that care about us and want to see us succeed. So yes, there are things that make you different, but there are also things that make you the same. So for you, what's his name? With the G? I missed it. Something Black? G? Something with the G. I forgot his name. Anyway, for you, I think that, you might feel like you stand out, but we all stand out. We all stand out in our own ways. We all, we all carry such a different vibe in life to us. And I think that, yeah, like Dono said, use those headphones to block out the haters, man. And I think when it comes to texting her, which is something you might be afraid of doing or nervous about, I think that, when it comes to texting someone, I think that I have a bunch of videos on texting, which I definitely think you should check out. But I think that initial step should start with asking some kind of a question. And I think that before you text her, if you want, you can always look at her Instagram, see what she's posting online, comment on those things, see what she's putting out there into the world, and be interactive with that content. Because if something is public, let's say she shares a picture on Instagram and it's public, and you comment on it. "Oh, cool pic. Where'd you get those sunglasses? Oh, awesome. I've never been to that place before." Like, comment about something relevant in the picture. And then as you guys talk in the comments, then you can shoot her a DM and start that text conversation, because it'll have a natural flow because it started somewhere. It started in, the natural commenting and stuff. Let's see. I'm going to answer one more question, and then I'm going to jump to the sound of the bell. Ultimate hater blockers. Yeah, headphones are the ultimate hater blockers. Corey Morgan says, "Should I just go for it? I want to walk home with her tomorrow, and maybe I have a chance of asking her out. We get on very well, but I don't know if she likes me back." Corey, the only way you're ever going to find out if this girl likes you back is by making the move and trying to make something happen, by talking to her, by getting to know her better. If you are waiting for that right moment, you have to make that right moment. There is no perfect time that the stars are going to align. You need to create it. And look, it'll be a learning experience for you. It'll be a time where you can look and say, "Hey, that worked out. Hey, that didn't work out." You can always walk away learning something. In life, you either win or you learn. You only lose if you don't take away a lesson from that experience and tell yourself, "You know what? Maybe I could try that better. I could try that differently next time." It's the learning experience that's going to kind of guide you forward and guide you to success. Now, I want to kind of redo my 3 points here, go over them again here, guys, because I'm going to jump over on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for sharing the Discord. Let me just talk for a second about the Discord, guys. Our Discord is awesome. We have some really awesome people on there. Anthony is on there. Dono is on there. Hamish is on there. A lot of fun people there, and we just have fun conversations. There are fun emojis of me drinking water on there, and just a lot of inside jokes going on. But I think the main power of the Discord is this, guys, that what we're doing is we're creating a community of people that all are working towards being their best selves. So if you are someone that you want to be around people that are positive, that are inspiring, that you can share your story with and get their feedback, and they can tell you, "Hey, listen, I've been in that situation before," or, "Hey, maybe you can try this." I will have an after party. I will be doing an Instagram after party, guys. I'm going to share that in a second. But having a community that you can turn to, I think is one of the most beneficial things we can do for ourselves. And that's what I'm trying to build on Discord, and that's what everyone's sharing in here, guys. So definitely join the Discord if you're looking for a community of like-minded people that want to learn and grow. I will be doing my Instagram after party. So if you're not following me over on Instagram, you guys definitely should be. Let me just pull up my profile here to show you. So basically, the Instagram after party, all the cool kids are doing it. How do I feel? I feel pretty good, Sophia. I feel a little disoriented because the stream got a little messed up, but it's all going to be good. All right. Follow me over on Instagram. My username is the Josh Speaks. The Josh Speaks across the board, but follow me over on Instagram because I'm going to be going live on there next. Instagram after parties are, like these YouTube live streams are focused on a topic. The Instagram ones are more laid back, more chill. We kind of just vibe and talk about whatever's on your mind. I like to video chat and bring you guys on. So if you want to jump on and video chat with me, you could definitely do that. That's the Instagram after party. So these 3 points, guys. The 3 reasons why your crush doesn't like you yet. First reason is that you are waiting for the right moment. And the right moment doesn't happen from waiting. If you're holding yourself back from talking to them, from getting to know them, from asking them out, then yeah, your crush is not going to like you yet. The moment you decide, hey, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to talk to them, I'm going to learn a little bit about them, I'm going to ask them to hang out one-on-one, that's when you give your crush the opportunity to start to like you. The second reason here, you are not sharing enough about yourself and you're not learning enough about them. A lot of times people will casually talk to their crush, say hello to them, and then leave it at that. You're only going to build a relationship with your crush if you work on learning about them. That means asking them questions about their hobbies and their interests and what they like to do for fun and where they like to hang out with their friends and what their favorite cereal is. There are lots and lots of questions you can ask to just learn more about their personality. And who knows? The more you learn about them, the more you're going to see you have in common with them. Your crush doesn't like you yet because they haven't seen enough about you. They haven't heard enough about you. You haven't given them a reason to like you. You guys might like the same band. You might have the same favorite movie. You might both be obsessed with Baby Yoda. There's a lot of things you may have in common, but it's not until you go for it and share those things with your crush, you're going to discover that. And the third reason is this. Sometimes people become a little too obsessed with just one crush and they end up friend zoning themselves. They end up creeping their crush out or making them nervous or worried because it's like, that guy's a little obsessed with me or he's only talking to me. If you diversify who you're talking to, who you're approaching, who you're getting to know better, if you take the time out just to make more friends, even if you're not planning on asking them out in a romantic way, you're practicing socializing. And that practice is going to make you more confident, is going to make you more ready to actually approach your main crush and to make something happen there. So your crush doesn't like you yet. That's okay. What's going to happen from this point going forward is this. I want you guys to take the active steps in talking to your crush and getting to know them better so that you can actually have a shot, have a chance with them. You're never going to have that chance if you never act on it. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to close off the live stream, guys, with the sound of the bell. Some of you know. Some of you know. Some of you don't know. This is my meditation bell. And what I do at the end of my live streams is I want all of us to close our eyes. And for about 10 seconds, I want us to think about how we want to move forward in this world from this moment forward and how we want to make changes. Like I said, thinking about what we talked about in this live stream, the 3 reasons why your crush doesn't like you yet, think about what you can do differently, how you can change things. Tomorrow is a new day. When you go to school, when you go to work, when you see a girl you like, you see a guy you want to talk to, make the conscious choice to do something, to be proactive. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. It's a learning experience for you. Everything is small steps, guys. That's the key piece here. So, Rat Beef is a little bit of spamming there. Hey, no spamming, Rat Beef. All right, we're going to hit the sound of the bell, guys. I want you guys to close your eyes for 10 seconds and think about how you're going to change things in your life going forward. I apologize that I hit it so close to the microphone. I probably blew out a few of your eardrums. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. Thank you for sticking with me through all the technical difficulties that we ran into. I'm grateful to have such an awesome community, guys, and to have you on here. So I hope those 3 points were helpful. I hope that you can take something away from them, guys. And on that note, I will see you over on Instagram. Thank you guys for being part of the stream. As always, love and peace. See you guys next time.